Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a powerful book, Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds by David Goggins. The author, a former Navy SEAL, ultra-marathon runner, and world record holder for pull-ups, shares his extraordinary life journey and provides practical strategies for you to unlock your fullest potential. Chapter 1. I Should Have Been a Statistic. We begin our journey with Goggins' formative years, marked by hardship and struggle. Growing up in an abusive household and facing racial prejudice, he was exposed to severe adversity from a young age. However, he refrains from using these circumstances as an excuse for stagnation. Instead, he challenges readers to confront their own personal adversities and refuse to become a product of them. The story of Goggins' first job in a skating rink, where he overcame his fear of confrontation, is an apt example of this mindset. Start by taking a hard, honest look at your current circumstances, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Acknowledge your struggles, fears, and limitations. This can involve journaling about your life and the challenges you face. Once you've faced your reality, the next step is to take responsibility for changing it. This means not blaming your circumstances or other people for your problems, but recognizing that you have the power to change your life. Chapter 2. Truth Hurts. In this chapter, Goggins emphasizes the importance of honesty and self-improvement. He shares the story of how he almost drowned as a child because he lied about his ability to swim. This near-death experience taught him the crucial lesson that lying, especially to oneself, can have life-threatening consequences. Goggins encourages us to take an honest inventory of our lives, to recognize our shortcomings, and to take responsibility for our actions. Get a mirror and write down your goals, your weaknesses, and the things you need to do to turn those weaknesses into strengths. Look at this mirror every morning to remind yourself of what you're working towards. Be brutally honest with yourself about your shortcomings and failures. This isn't about self-deprecation, but about acknowledging where you need to improve. Chapter 3. The Impossible Task. This chapter revolves around Goggins' initial attempts to join the Navy SEALs. Despite failing multiple times, Goggins refused to give up. He recalls the story of his first Hell Week, a grueling Navy SEAL initiation training where, despite severe physical pain and mental fatigue, he managed to persist, only for the training to be cut short due to injury. The takeaway here is that the impossible only remains so until someone accomplishes it. Goggins challenges us to set an impossible task for ourselves and start working towards it. Don't limit your goals to what you think you can achieve right now. Like Goggins aiming to become a Navy SEAL, set high goals that seem almost impossible. Don't fear failure, but view it as a stepping stone on your path to success. If you fail, figure out why, learn from it, and keep going. Chapter 4. Taking Souls. In this chapter, Goggins introduces the concept of taking souls. This is a mental strategy he employs to overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges by turning the adversity on its head and using it as a means to gain psychological advantage. The story of his 100-mile race with no prior training exemplifies this strategy. In immense pain and exhausted, Goggins refused to give in and pushed through to finish the race. Identify a challenging situation in your life and apply the taking souls strategy. Turn the adversity around and use it as fuel to push through. So, to apply the taking souls strategy to a challenging situation in your life, you would need to 1. Acknowledge the adversity or challenge you're facing. 2. Instead of being overwhelmed by it, turn it around in your mind and see it as a source of strength. 3. Use the challenge as fuel to push through and achieve your goal. 4. Like Goggins, you might set challenging targets that seem to defy the odds. This can push you beyond your perceived limits and help you achieve more than you thought possible. Remember, the taking souls strategy is about mindset and determination. It's about refusing to give in to adversity and instead using it as a source of power to push through and achieve your goals. Like Goggins did when he decided to complete the pull-up record, set challenging targets that defy the odds. This will push you beyond your perceived limits. Chapter 5. Armored Mind. Goggins explains the concept of an armored mind, a mindset that is impervious to negative external influences and self-doubt. Building an armored mind, as Goggins describes it in his book, isn't a simple process, but a challenging journey that involves multiple facets of mental toughness. Here's how you can start. 1. Embrace challenges. Goggins frequently emphasizes the importance of stepping out of your comfort zone and facing tough situations head-on. The goal is to consistently put yourself in uncomfortable situations to build resilience. 2. Practice mental visualization. Goggins often used mental visualization as a tool to prepare himself for tough situations. He would visualize the challenges he was likely to face and how he would overcome them. This technique can help you prepare for potential obstacles and build a mental blueprint for success. 3. Develop positive self-talk. Goggins used self-talk as a tool to motivate himself, especially during physically demanding activities like ultramarathons or military training. He would remind himself of his strengths and capabilities, pushing himself to overcome the task at hand. 4. Leverage the cookie jar method. This is a mental strategy where Goggins recalls past successes and challenges he has overcome to fuel his determination in the face of a new challenge. This serves as a reminder of his resilience and ability to overcome hardships. 5. Embrace the 40% rule. According to Goggins, when our mind tells us we're done, we're only 40% done. The idea is to push past the initial mental barrier that often stops us from reaching our full potential. When you think you've reached your limit, remind yourself of the 40% rule and push harder. 6. Create an accountability mirror. This involves writing your goals, shortcomings, and affirmations on a mirror. This daily confrontation with yourself serves as a reminder of what you need to work on and your path forward. Chapter 6. It's not about a trophy. Goggins encourages us to seek internal validation rather than external accolades. He recounts his experience in the Badwater 135, one of the most challenging ultramarathons in the world. Despite facing multiple health issues, he persevered to complete the race not for a trophy, but to prove to himself that he could. The actionable step here is to identify an area in your life where you're seeking external validation. Challenge yourself to shift this focus inwards and strive for personal growth and self-validation. Keep reminding yourself of your why whenever you're tempted to give up or settle for less than your best. Chapter 7. The Most Powerful Weapon. Goggins expounds on the power of the mind and how it can be our strongest ally, or our most formidable adversary. He shares his harrowing experience during the San Diego one day, where he ran 101 miles in 19 hours despite never having run a marathon before. Even when his body was in excruciating pain and begged him to stop, his mind willed him to continue. When faced with a physical or mental challenge, condition your mind to push past the initial discomfort and pain. Cultivate a strong belief in your abilities and potential, even when others doubt you. Chapter 8. Talent Not Required. Goggins debunks the myth of talent being a necessary prerequisite for success. He recounts how he trained himself to be a top-performing endurance athlete, despite not having any inherent talent in the field. This chapter teaches us that hard work, determination, and grit often outweigh natural talent. Identify an area of interest where you think you lack talent. Begin working on it consistently, putting in effort and time, and observe the progress you make. Recognize that hard work and dedication are more important than innate talent. Commit to giving your best effort in everything you do. Seek out situations that challenge you physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's in these situations that you grow the most. Chapter 9. Uncommon amongst uncommon. In this chapter, Goggins tells the story of his second attempt at completing Hell Week, where he had to differentiate himself even among the best. He succeeded in completing the training, demonstrating an extraordinary level of endurance and mental fortitude. This chapter is a call to action for us to strive for excellence, even when we're already among the best. Identify an area where you're doing well, then push yourself to achieve even more in that field. Like Goggins striving to become a top-performing SEAL and ultra-athlete, push yourself to excel in your chosen field. Don't settle for just being good enough. Continually set higher goals and standards for yourself. This will keep you from becoming complacent and will ensure you're always growing and improving. Chapter 10. The Empowerment of Failure. Goggins shares his experiences with failure and how it has shaped him into the person he is today. He details his first attempt at the pull-up world record, where he fell short by a significant margin. However, he did not let this failure deter him. Instead, he used it as fuel to train harder and eventually break the record. Rather than viewing failure as a negative outcome, see it as a valuable opportunity to learn and grow. Remember Goggins' multiple attempts to break the pull-up record. Each failure brought him closer to his goal. Don't give up when you face obstacles or setbacks. Keep pushing forward and stay committed to your goals no matter what. Chapter 11. What if? In the final chapter, Goggins urges us to continually question our limits and potential. He recounts his experience with the heart failure and aortic valve replacement surgery, where he defied the odds and made a miraculous recovery. This chapter challenges us to keep pushing our boundaries and to always ask, what if? Like Goggins asking what if to challenge his perceived limits, regularly question your own self-limiting beliefs. This will help you to break free from self-imposed constraints and expand your potential. In conclusion, "Can't hurt me" is a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit. Goggins' journey teaches us that we are all capable of achieving far more than we believe. The limitations we perceive are often self-imposed, and we can overcome them through self-discipline, mental toughness, and an unwavering commitment to personal growth. Thank you for joining us on this journey through David Goggins' life and lessons. We hope his story inspires you to challenge your limitations and strive for personal excellence. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. We are a new growing channel, so every like, share, comment helps a lot with the algorithm. Thank you. Remember, your only limit is your mind. So, keep pushing your boundaries.